Welcome to another Maths Week. A new topic is upon us, Room 20. This week we're going to have a look at greed, not great writing, references. Yeah, can't fit my S on. Lovely. Welcome. We're going to have a crack with a couple of different grids today. But first of all, let's have a quick look at what I'm hoping you'll get out of this. So, just checking in, this is our transformation situation, but the idea is that we're having a look at the A strand. So A in our reports is this guy right here, creates and uses a grid reference system and applies directional language to locate landmarks and describe routes. So we're not doing directional language until next week. This week we're just having a look at the top section. So I'm hoping by the end of the week for an A grade, you're creating and using grid references, not just using them, which is what I'm going to teach you today. So that's going to be our extension stuff. Of course, if you just want to be a delightful person and just cruise on through, C grading, using a grid reference to locate landmarks. So that's nice and easy. I'm going to show you the C grade right now, and hopefully you can extend throughout the week. So with that in mind, I've got two grid references upon us, and I'll show you both. They're very, very similar, just a slight variation. The first one, I've decided to get a grid reference across the map of Australia. Let me move this one out of the way just for the moment. So let's have a quick look at what we are seeing here. Well, along the bottom, along our x-axis, we've got our letters through from A to J. And along our y-axis, the vertical axis, we've got our numbers 1 to 10. Usually the vertical column starts from 1 here all the way up to 10, and to be honest, usually here to here is usually numbers as well. So it's always important to have a look at what you're dealing with as your reference points, depending on the order and what they are. On the next grid, for example, you can see just a hint that we're just going to deal with numbers. So it's always important to be aware of what you're dealing with. And this one is the letters and numbers within the columns. Sometimes they're on the columns, on the lines that separate, on the grid lines, but this time you can see they are in. So they are referencing a square rather than an actual line. Let's have a look at some of the questions, and these are the sort of things that you should be able to do to get a C grade in our reporting. So first of all, we've got our questions at the bottom for this map, and we're just having a look at what is located at A1, C4, E8, H2, J6 and E10. Now, in all honesty, I didn't actually check the map, so these could be nothing, or you have to be a bit creative. So let's have a look. A1, first of all, so I'm going to go across to A, and I'm going to go all the way up to 1. And I can see most of that grid is empty, but I've got a hint of the north symbol. I guarantee you that there'll be something more interesting in most of the coordinates that I give you for questions. But this time around, I'm just going to answer with the fact that there's the north symbol of the compass in there. So north symbol. Great. Next up, you can see as I'm typing this, the next coordinate you're having a look at is C4. And the process, as you get more comfortable, becomes easier and easier because it's the same process each time. So we go across the horizontal line first to see where C is. So it's there. And we go all the way up to 4. I can see there that inside the 4, I've got C4. Broome is at C4, which is great. Good old Broome. Hopefully you visited such a beautiful place. I haven't yet, but I'd love to. So Broome is in C4. All right, we're going to have a go with E8, and then I'm going to ask you to pause the video each time and see if you can get them right. So E8, again, same process. We go along, and we'll go up to 8. Now, of course, 8 is just there. And I can see the Australian Bight is referenced in E8. So that is what I will write in there. Alrighty. I'd like you to have a look, if you can, just while you pause the video, at H2, J6, and E10. Hopefully you've had a look at all of those three. You've paused the video. I'm just going to give you the answers quickly. So H2, hopefully you had a look, and you would have said the Great Barrier Reef is in H2, or Cape York Peninsula. J6, let's have a go up to there. Beautiful. It's almost as if I planned Brisbane to be in J6. And finally, E10 all the way down to the bottom. Maybe you've said absolutely nothing. Maybe you said ocean or water. To be honest, E10 is a bit boring. Great work. Alrighty, let's move on to the other grid. Very, very similar, to be truly honest. You're always going horizontal and then vertical. But this time around, instead of the numbers or the letters being inside the grid squares. They're actually on the line of the grid squares. So you've got 0 and 0 on the lines, and then 1 through to 12 and 1 through to 12 actually on the lines this time. So it actually makes it really, really easy because you know exactly which thing it should be referring to. Now, of course, I've done these at random, so these might not refer to anything. I have, if you'll notice, put a comma in the coordinates this time. So you'll see the coordinates have got 1, 1. Now, the reason I've done that, and the reason people do that, as you may or may not guess, is that sometimes you'll have a 1, but sometimes you'll have an 11. So actually to decipher whether it's going to be a 1 or 11, you need to put a comma in your coordinates. All right. Right here, you've got 6, 10. If that was the other way around, I would put 1, 0, 6, because I don't want people to get confused with 1 and 10. Okay, so same again. We're going to have a look at the horizontal line first, and then go up to the vertical line that it's referring to as well. So I haven't planned these, so there might not be anything there. And let's have a go. So 1, 1. We'll go horizontal first to 1 and go up to 1. There's nothing there. So unfortunately, Mr. Todd has been horrendous and put absolutely nothing there. This might be the case every single time. Fingers crossed I've actually decided on something. We'll see. Alrighty, same again. Let's have a look at 3, 4. Uh-oh, here we go. So we lost at 3 and down to 4. Wrong again. Mr. Todd has got 0 things there, but you know that 3, 4 will do that point just there. Very close to the giraffe, but not quite there. Next up, 5, 8. What is located at 5, 8? 5, not the elephant. But all the way up to the tiger. He's nailed it. He's got a tiger on that coordinate, 5 and 8. Alrighty, same again. Pause the video in a moment. Have a look at 1, 5, 9, 3, and 6, 10. Those coordinates, those grid references, hopefully will give you an animal. So here you go. Alrighty, we're back. 1, 5 is our first one. You should have had a look at 1 and gone up to 5, kangaroo. 9, 3, going up is the flamingo. And 6, 10 is nothing. So you've hopefully got a couple of animals there and a couple of grid references. Essentially, to summarize, before you get onto the questions next door, look at the horizontal line first. Whatever it's saying, go to that point. And then whatever the vertical line is saying is second. Okay? Back to our example. 6, 10. You go along to 6 and up to 10. So 6, 10 will be that point there. Good luck with the questions. Have a go. And hopefully we'll get into a silent disco on Monday with this fun grid reference concepts. See you soon.